Are you living in a work from home world? Maybe you're a gamer looking for the perfect monitor. I'm Erin from TechGadgetsCanada.com, and lately I've been experimenting with a few different monitors, hoping to find one that's both clear and easy on the eyes, good quality and a solid build, and that lets my work be the focus. The newest monitor I've purchased is the 32-inch curved Samsung HD Odyssey G5 gaming monitor, and I'll put the model number in the description below in case you want to reference it. In this review, I'll tell you what it's like to set up and install, what it's like to use for audio, video, photos, and documents, and whether I think it's a good pick for you. A word about my review here. Yes, this is a gaming monitor, but I was really interested in the curved configuration for my workspace. Because I use a lot of video and photos in my daily work, I really like the idea of a monitor built for more visual pursuits. So I tested this here in my home office, but I did not test out any gaming configurations. If you're a gamer and you do want that assessment, you can definitely find it out there elsewhere. But if you're curious if a curved monitor would improve your work from home space, then this review is definitely for you. This monitor was almost plug and play when it came to the setup. In the box, there's a DP or DisplayPort cable, but I did not get an HDMI cable. The manual says it comes with both, so maybe this is just a mistake in my package. Fortunately, I have a spare. I had my monitor connected though to my Apple MacBook Pro in seconds. When it comes to the inputs, there is only a single HDMI input, but there is also that DP connector for hooking up a PC. There's also a headphone jack. There is also a single USB port capable of charging. For my home office configuration, I opted to place the monitor on a freestanding Kensington monitor arm to open up space on my desk. Here I noticed something important for those who might be using this in a more office-type configuration. The VESA connection port used to attach this to any wall mount or monitor arm or stand is placed very high on the top third of the back of the monitor. This means it sits incredibly low on any surface. Even with my very tall monitor arm set at its highest height, this monitor sat low enough that with my laptop in front of it, it blocked part of the screen. Be aware. The Samsung monitor supports PCs, laptops, and Macs with its single HDMI connection. There are no built-in speakers in this monitor. The Samsung Odyssey G5 has a great edge-to-edge design with no bezel at all on three sides and just a very small one across the bottom. Cable management is decent, and it's possible to run the cable down the stand for a tidier look. This monitor is curved, and the idea behind a curved monitor is the way we move our heads and view the space in front of us. The curvature of this monitor is supposed to match the curvature of your eye, making for a more comfortable and immersive viewing experience. I can definitely say this does take some getting used to. It is a bit odd, but I think it's possible to adapt. Now, because I'm using this in more of an office configuration and using video editing programs, photography, and a lot of documents, I did notice when I was working on projects with straight lines like documents that the monitor did kind of create a bit of a wonky curve. Now, I didn't love this right away. Will I get used to it? Possibly, but in my few days of testing, I wasn't sold. To be clear, this is no knock on the monitor itself. It's only to say that if you're considering a curved monitor for a home office setting, these are things to be aware of. The monitor is HD with 2560 by 1440 resolution, and it's designed to give you decently clear screen resolution. Samsung calls it WQHD or wide quad high definition and says you should get incredibly detailed pin-sharp images. I'm not sure about that. I can say the monitor is pretty good though when it comes to resolution, even though it doesn't have some of the bells and whistles of other high-end or 4K monitors. But it also rings in at a fraction of the cost. It does have HDR10 for better color and contrast though. For those watching video or high-speed action games, this monitor has a 144 Hz refresh rate that's designed for smoother, seamless action. And with a 1 millisecond response time, you gamers are getting information as fast as technologically possible. AMD FreeSync Premium is also part of the package here, and its adaptive sync technology will reduce things like screen tearing, stutter, or input latency, making sure every gaming scene unfolds seamlessly. The viewing angles on this monitor are pretty good. Aside from the expected glare if you're in a really bright room, it's easily possible to see clearly off to the side or even when you're standing. There are controls in the bottom of the monitor for making adjustments to your settings. The single joystick style button is actually really easy to navigate. Overall, when it comes to using this monitor for work, it's not my personal favorite. For my uses specifically, things like using Final Cut Pro for video editing and Word and Pages for documents, the curved monitor brings just a bit too much bend into my field of view. Even so, this is a good monitor that's clear, colorful, and very easy to see. Plus, it is very affordable for a widescreen curved monitor. Downsides? Well, there's limited movement and adjustments to the monitor if you do use the included stand, and the VESA adapter or VESA adapter is poorly placed in my opinion. The Samsung 32-inch Odyssey G5 gaming monitor sells for about $379 US, and you can get it from Amazon. If you want to read this review or reference any of what I've talked about here, head over to techgadgetscanada.com for a full write-up. There you can ask me any questions you have about this monitor. You can also, of course, post them here in comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Erin. Until the next time, you can find me on either Twitter or Instagram. I'm at ErinLYYC. You can also always catch me on Facebook at facebook.com/techgadgetscanada.